Greenlands, and I returned the beast, and we seem to have been left with a planter, which really kind of threw me, but did manage to return that in the store. It seems it was two separate items. So time to crack open the grass silage. 1.17-ish million litres of grass silage. I had a lot of fun with this. So it appears at some point, or I don't know when or why, or whether it's part of the mod. This thing has a capacity, the belt, of like 1 million litres. I don't know whether it was me when I was trying to move some stuff quickly or something, but that gave me a whole load of issues, because as soon as I started unloading into the trailer, it basically drained the entire silo into the belt system. And the problem I then had is that when I saved and reloaded, the belt system was empty. So I lost, well, about 900,000 litres of silage vanished. So I ended up using Easy Dev to add about the right amount back in. Yeah, I guess that's what happens sometimes when you tinker with mods a little too much. I think that's what happened down at the maize bunker as well. So I think we lost a whole load of maize silage from that, which is a bit frustrating. But, you know, I've worked it out now. Don't mess with mods too much, I guess, is the answer there. So this is me tipping the last of the grass silage in. We are then going to tackle mowing about half of the grass today. So let's just have a quick check. Yeah, I think I might have done a tiny bit too much. Actually, there might have been some grass silage in there already. I don't know, we're about the right amount. So I'm going to lease a couple of loading wagons for the grass silage. I'm not actually going to use the clamp that I've just emptied, though. I am going to use the 2 fermenting silos for most of today's grass silage. Going to lease a couple of class cargoes, I think. I do have the lizard TARDISes installed still, but I think generally when I ask people, the preference was that I don't use too much cheaty kit on here. So we're going to go for these 44,000 litres. I'm going to add the silage additive tank. I don't know why we're going to have so much silage. It's insane. But we're going to do that, and we're going to buy a pallet of silage additive as well. I'm going to run the Big M on Courseplay and these on auto drive, while I run the Deutz with our mowers and the baler. So we do a bit of baling as well. Basically, we have so many grass fields to try and clear that I need to be doing as much as possible. I think in this video we clear maybe slightly more than half of them, and what I'm going to do is then take a bit of a break in the next video. We have a field that we need to plough the grass in and plant corn in. So we're going to do that in the next video. I might have some grass work running in the background as well to try and get that done. We need to re-fertilise the grass fields that we've cut. So one video focused on grass, and then we're going to kind of diversify a bit. The other option that I'm considering is saving the rest of the grass work for a couple of videos time and doing we've got the forage harvester and the pickup header, and doing it with the pickup header. If I do that, I might use the cheaty 250,000 litre trailer to haul grass around, because this was quite a time consuming process. So we're just going to get Courseplay set up with a completely bog standard Courseplay course at this point. I'm going to do some more interesting things with Courseplay later on. But the main problem I have had, because it's in the past now, I had with recording this video, is I could not get auto drive to play ball. I went back and watched one of my videos, make sure that I think I ended up using the right mode. I could not get it to tip into those fermenting silos, which was not the end of the world, because basically what I would do is, so here I'm setting up wrong here. So I should use pick up and deliver, I think. So we've loaded up the Courseplay course. I think pick up and deliver is the right mode. But what I have wrong is the order that I have things. This is very much not an auto drive tutorial. This is what happens when I don't use auto drive for jobs for a very long time and I forget what I need to put in them. That should have sort of done it. So, excuse me. Oh God, I'm tired today. I'm tired all the time at the moment. I'll try and remember to mute the yawn out that I've just done when I edit the sound on this. So yeah, you can watch me not do very well with auto drive in the background. I'm going to time lapse this bit just to get through so you can see the kind of the hassle that I had. I end up having to create a new waypoint for auto drive, and that seemed to make it better. But yeah, I just could not get it to tip. I'm on load mode at the moment. That's wrong, I think. I think it needs to be on pick up and deliver, but that worked for like 90% of the job. It just wouldn't tip. And in the end, I managed that by just watching Simple Inspector. And when they were full and when auto drive had driven them down to the silos, I tabbed over and emptied them, and that worked. So yeah, saying about being tired, I'm sleeping reasonably well at the moment, but I wake up just feeling wrecked. Like really physically very tired, which is really frustrating because I was hoping to really nail the running training for the next month or so. I went for a short run Monday morning. I woke up on Tuesday morning planning to have a late start to the day at work and get a decent run in, and I was walking like, I don't know, like I'd spent hours riding a horse, or someone had spent the night beating me with a stick. And I've just not feel physically really tired. I'm not sure what the solution is for that, to be honest, but we're trying a few things. So one of the things that I've done in the past, which has helped with lots of my health issues, is a bit of fasting. And so trying a little bit of that. I found cold therapy has helped a lot before. Might try that. I couldn't face it this morning. Cold therapy, like bath full of cold water, cold therapy. Cold therapy is one of those things that's really invigorating once you can get past the mental hurdle of actually doing it. So yeah. I'm really not being a very coherent host today. We are down at the bunker silos and we're going to see auto drive fail to tip, and I'm going to faff about with the waypoints a bit and not get it to work. So as I said, I gave up on trying to get auto drive to tip for me. If you can see the obvious thing that I'm doing wrong, please post, because I could not get this to work. So the video today that you're watching would have been Attingham Park. But if you've seen the post on Discord or on the community page on the YouTube channel, I have decided to stop Attingham Park. One of the things I've talked about a fair bit with my YouTube Let's Plays is I like to have a goal or a focus or a something behind the series. And Attingham Park started as a way of doing a very Maze Plus focused Let's Play with going through the different processes of Maze Plus through farming, through playing the game. And I had kind of said originally I think I will play this for about a year. We did the first, I didn't go through winter, but the second winter, but we did the first year, and kind of I was kind of enjoying it still at that point. People were still really interested, so I had said I would do another year. We've done a lot of planting for next year, but it was coming up to recording that video, and I wasn't feeling it. So I just kind of, it wasn't that I'd prepped ready to record it. I just wasn't feeling the motivation to play on that save anymore. I really like the map. I like the bits that we'd done, but it felt time, I think. I spoke about it in the video that I did for the patrons this week, and did speak to a bunch of them on Discord about stopping. basically. And a lot of the opinion was kind of with what you said. It feels like you're not in it anymore. So, which I'm not. So yeah, it's a really nice map. I really like the yard we just built, Wellington Farm. But I do find that, and I've spoken about it in a couple of videos lately, I enjoy the challenge when everything's not easy. You know, and on there everything was easy. We had, you know, all the feed we needed, we had unlimited money, we had a huge farm, I had all the kit I wanted, and I found it too easy. So it achieved what I wanted to achieve, which was to demonstrate a whole load of the features of Maze Plus. But it's done. I do not plan to record another video on that. What that's going to allow me to do is focus on this save and Maypole Farm. So I'd already said I believe that I'm going to do 2 videos a week on Maypole. So I'm just setting up an auto drive loop into field 80 that we just started cutting. So I'd already said I'm planning to do 2 videos a week on Maypole. That's going to be probably Monday and Thursday. I actually have a schedule planned, which will never survive first impact. But kind of what I'm thinking is on a Monday and Thursday there'll be a Maypole video, and then on Tuesday and Friday will be Greenlands. So that's kind of 4 of the 7 main farm sim videos that I make in a week. Around that will then be tutorials and mini-series. You know, we've got the sugarcane mini-series running at the moment, and I've got a bunch of tutorials that I want to work through, and so that's what I'm planning at the moment. If I end up that I'm, you know, I've got spare slots, I'll probably do extra Maypole videos. And basically I want to finish Greenlands, and then once we've finished this save and we see where we end up with money and stuff, I'll then work out where we're going to go next with another Let's Play. Depending on the timing, it might include Terra Life, it might not. So we might focus on the mini-series for a little bit while we wait for Terra Life. Court Farms might be out. I don't know if I'm going to. I've spoken about moving Maypole around maps. I don't know if Court Farms is the map that I'm going to move that to. We'll see. So yeah, for those of you that enjoyed Attingham, I really enjoyed it. It was a great series, and you know, maybe go watch it again. You know, relive those memories. And for those of you that enjoy the almost live videos, I'm going to mix those in still on probably between these 2 Let's Plays. Something like doing grass work on here is not conducive to that. This took me hours and hours and would not work well as one of those almost live videos. Can you see I'm just showing on the map there, the Zerion's gone off around the entire map for some reason to try and get back to the farm. That Zerion went on some trips. Saying a lot again, it's because I'm tired. But yeah, so the plan is that I'll still mix in some of those almost live videos, and you can watch me actually live now on Twitch. So the plan there is that I'm going to do one or more streams a week on Ohio. So I've brought that series back. There are a couple of those done already. The VODs of those I'm pushing across to YouTube, so you can watch them on YouTube if you don't want to watch them on Twitch. To be honest, if you don't watch me live on Twitch, it's better for me if you watch them on YouTube because of ads and stuff. And there'll be a once a week stream with Paul on Terra Life, and various bits of, you know, news and Q&A and alpha testing and stuff. Some of those I'll be playing and streaming as well. Some of those I'll just be chatting. Depends on what we've got to cover and whether it's better for me to be focused on reading the chat and helping pull questions in and stuff. Kind of like the one you might have watched yesterday when this comes out, or Thursday, because I'm not sure when this video is coming out. So yeah, that's the plan on that. I've got some other ideas as well that I might throw in. Basically, I'm in the short term, I want to try and get Twitch affiliate, because that allows me to have kind of, you can use the whole Twitch subscription thing. I don't want people to pay real money for that, but there's Amazon Prime and Twitch Prime, and so people can basically subscribe to that for free, and watch the Terra Life Alpha streams and the Ohio streams. And I'm not sure how long I'll do it on Ohio. We might move to another map, that kind of thing, just play around, because Ohio is quite different for me to how I normally play. So yeah, I'm just going to see how that goes. But yeah, I want to try and get Twitch affiliate, so I need to stream 7 times in 30 days. I need 50 followers, which you guys have already sorted. Thank you, you are awesome. I need so many hours of streaming, so many people watching, and that kind of thing should all take care of itself if I stream enough times. So yeah, there's something, you know, different. It's I am recording this on Thursday, and did a stream last night. It was family round. It was a lot of fun. It was really cool. A bunch of the regulars from Discord were in there, and we just kind of had a chat about random stuff. It was good. So now I've jumped in the Deutz and have got our boating the mowers going, because I thought, again, it's one of the things I talk about a fair bit. I didn't just want to show you auto drive and courseplay doing stuff and me fixing auto drive and courseplay or intervening. So I thought I'd do some actual work as well. I'm letting the Big M take care. The Big M can mow quicker than the 2 loading wagons can work. I did ponder getting a 3rd loading wagon, having 3 tractors carting essentially, but I wanted to do some stuff myself. So what I'm doing here is just extending the mowers out to their maximum width, so that we, once I've done the headlands, this is kind of a good idea. I find for the headlands it's better to have them reduced slightly, just because I've missed bits. Well, you can see I've missed a bit here, but you miss less with them narrower. So yeah, that's why I did that. And I'm gonna mow this one. We've got you will have seen from the thumbnail, we've got the Crone baler with the swather on, windrower on. I'm going to lease a big tractor, because this is quite a hilly field. This is quite a hilly map, and pulling the baler around needs a lot of horsepower, and our 2 high horsepower tractors are carting. And the Deutz, or maybe the T7, are our next highest, and neither of them is high enough to run the baler, let alone run the baler on a hill. So yeah, thought we'd just lease something fun for the day. I did look at the JCB, the big JCB icon, but again, the horsepower just wasn't high enough. I think it only went to about 350, which will just about run the baler, but I wanted more than that. So you will have seen from the thumbnail what we end up leasing. And I've got a couple of other cool projects I'm trying to work on, and I'm not going to mention what they are yet, because they might fail, but yeah, really, I need to find the time to do one. I'm actually going to have to use FS19 to do it initially, but it's kind of cool if it works. I've started playing with it, and it doesn't work yet, but I have a really fun idea that will appeal to some of you and not to others, I'm sure. So on to the next field, you can see that neither tractor is really keeping up with the Big M. I started with the fields furthest from the yard, so that in theory things get quicker, the carts less, so hopefully they spend more time actually doing the work. There's still one field left that's a little away from the farm, but and I'm curious, what would you prefer to see, I guess? So the next video, I'm going to sort out the cornfield and maybe do some fertilizing of these fields with whatever. But when we do the last of the grass, do you want to see, you know, or do I run it in the background while I'm doing the other work, and then we can progress a bit quicker? Do we essentially do a repeat of this with the loading wagons? We can put it in the clamp, that's why I've cleared the clamp out. Or the other option is using loading wagons or the forage harvester and the pickup header, and we do some stuff with auto drive, and maybe me driving the forage harvester. I'm not sure. So I'm going to do here is I've only got one mower, but I'm going to do multiple tools. My thinking here is that the Big M is very quick at mowing and picking up is very slow. So this will allow me to bring both loading wagons into this field. They'll be out of sync because one of them can start working almost straight away. The other one's got to wait for the Big M to mow and then start mowing the next bit. But this actually worked quite well. So using a single mower on a 2 implement course, and then that allowing me to run 2 carters, that worked well. So we're just finishing up the last of the very first field that we mowed. Yeah, it was a slow job. Did I say that? So I've taken over driving because it's kind of nice to sometimes drive a tractor. And I'm going to run this back to the yard just because it's quicker. In fact, I don't think I even bother running it back to the yard because we've got plenty of space. So I'm just going to run down to field 42, I think it is, and get course plane auto drive going on that. Field 42 is one of the ones I already have stuff set up for auto drive because we were using auto drive to cart from that field when they were arable fields. So the 2 fields that we're working on at the moment with the mowers were both arable fields last year. There's one of the things that I wanted to do was to rotate the fields a little bit, more so back when I thought we would be playing this for longer than 2 years. It did feel like it would take quite a long time to repay that big debt. And that was the dog bell going. I had not linked auto drive and course play together down here, so just doing that quickly and this will go off and then I'll have to go tip it. But you know, it really wasn't as big of a thing as I'm maybe making it out. It was just it would have been really nice if it was super slick, but you know, sometimes it just doesn't work out like that when you know it's like TV and working with dogs and animals, and with Farm Sim don't do course play and auto drive. It maybe gives an indication of the volume of testing and practice and prep that I do when I make some of these tutorials when I want them to go smoothly. Now, I was looking back, I went back to look at the video I did for doing let's lease a big old tractor. So we're going to go for the AFS Connect, the Magnum AFS Connect with the Magnum 400 power drive. We don't need a front 3-point, so we're going to put a big old weight on the front to help with the baler. We probably didn't need a ton on the front, but you know, it's fun. You know, 1,700 quid to lease for a day, kind of expensive, but you know, it's Farm Sim leasing prices, so not like we're short of cash. And one of the things I've realised is that basically all of the silage down at Megafield, we're going to put through the BGA. We've got plenty to feed the cows up here. We've got 1 million litres already fermented. We're going to take a whole load off of all these grass fields. So yeah, I think all of the silage that's down at the Megafield and the industrial BGA, we're going to put through that BGA and turn into cash. Because why wouldn't we? I've lost my train of thought of what I was talking about before I got excited about leasing a big tractor. So I guess that's a thing, you know. I was talking about tutorials, and yeah, so I went back and watched my tutorial for doing fire dragons and clamps, and it all seemed to work for that. So, but I remember doing that video, I think I recorded it in one hit or a couple of hits, but having to test, you know, like 4 or 5 times to get it so that it would all work and stuff. And so yeah, it just shows that this stuff doesn't all work together smoothly all of the time, you know. And I very rarely seem to have a combine harvest where auto drive works really well. That said, it is working well on Maypole, but I'm mostly using it on there to just move kit around to where I need it. Take number 3. I'm really not flowing well with the old commentary today. I'm 50-50 on whether I just bin this, but sometimes you guys like when I keep the kind of rambly, stumbliness. So who knows? You probably will have seen this. Did you see the pictures on the Mace Plus Discord, on my Discord to some extent, and on the farming agency Facebook pages with all of the Terra Life stuff? Or did you see the stream, I guess, at this point? So, because the stream will have happened when this is released, but I haven't done the stream yet, so I don't know what I can talk about in there, but I can talk about the stuff that's in the pictures and stuff. And the bit that got me, there are many things that got me excited, but bombing agency branded clothes. Oh yeah, that's going to be fun. I can see a queue of content creators wanting that stuff. I want it. I want disturbed hoodies in the game. I really do. That is very, very early in development at the moment. With one of the very, very clever scripters that we have. So yeah, that's so cool. What I'm doing now is I've switched the Courseplay course over to the right-hand side of the two workers. And we're going to send the Big M off round to mow the bits that hasn't mowed yet, and that means I can bring over the John Deere and get that working. What I didn't mention at the start is, you may have noticed I've taken the fertilizer tanks off the John Deere, and we've had a bit of work done to take off the extended axles that those tanks needed, because I don't think we're going to need those again. And it just makes it a more compact tractor for doing actual other work. Yeah, so I did that. I think I have spoken about this on a Maypole video. I'm trying to be much stricter on repairing all my stuff when I finish using it. And actually, before I started using a lot of the stuff on here, I did go through and repair a bunch of things. So it was quite expensive. We repaired the big class, which is doing whatever it does on auto drive. I think I repaired the 8RX. The Big M was in reasonable state anyway, but did have to refuel that. So yeah, I'm trying to be better at repairing and refueling and stuff. I'm likely to do that between videos, unless it's like in the middle of a job. So there will be cases where between videos the money will drop as we pay repair bills and things, because probably going to get a bit boring if I do that at the end of every job or every video. So you can spot I've brought over the little Massey, the Massey 5S, to do some of the bale wrapping for us on Courseplay. Courseplay did a cracking job. It's been a while since I've used Courseplay to bale wrap, and yeah, it did a really good job. Now we are just switching the RX over to the field that the Big M's just finished mowing, or is about to finish mowing. So I'd copied the course into kind of that temporary course buffer that you've got. Just checking the field number. We've set it to first waypoint on the right hand side, set it to field 44, told auto drive to engage Courseplay, and we're going to send it off and see how it goes. Having two tractors working in the same field was mostly okay, apart from them occasionally getting clogged up at the entrance to the field, because the auto drive network that I have at the entrance is not awesome. It was predominantly set up for when these were, as I said, when they were arable fields, and so it was designed to minimize driving into the crop that was in the fields. So yeah, it could probably do with a tweak for grass work, but I think realistically we're only going to get one more cut off of here for the grass, where we should probably do some hay next time. Forgot that we need to make hay next time, not silage. So all that stuff that I said about how should we do silage, ignore that, because we need to make hay, because we've got, it's going to sound really just like first world problems, I've only got about 500,000 litres of hay left, and I'm using hay in the TMR. We're using hay for the sheep, so yeah, I need to make hay off of the remaining grass fields, I think. So yeah, ignore everything that I've said about how should we do silage, and that probably means what I'll do is I'll have that running in the background on Courseplay, because that should work quite well with Courseplay. We can have the Big M mowing, we can have the Massey's just narrowly avoided flying into the river because it crashed into a tree. And no, it's not me driving. I was watching it actually thinking that it was about to go sailing into the river, like a sugar beet harvester might have at the end of last year. But no, the tree saved it, so yay for crashing. Yeah, what we can do, I think, is, and I might do that in the background while we're doing some of the other field work, actually, is we'll have the big end mowing, we'll have one of the little tractors heading its hay. We can then run around with this combo on one of our tractors, because I'm going to return the big case and get it all baled up. So, yeah, I think that's probably what we'll be doing for that. That can then go into the bale store that we've got the Casa Farms on, that we've been putting the hay and the whole crop silage and stuff in. But we're lower on hay than I would like, so I think we'll do that next time. Yeah, I'd forgotten about that. I should have probably made this field into hay where I'm baling it, but because that would have been a nice amount of hay actually. This field yielded about 400,000 litres of silage. So yeah, that would have been a nice amount of hay actually to have got in the store. But oh well, we've still got plenty of grass fields. You can see you can see off on the horizon. We've got 1, 2, 3. I think we've got 4 or 5 grass fields still to mow. So it's going to give us loads of hay. But yeah, I will do that as a job that's running while we're doing some of the field work in field. I don't remember the number. That's going to have corn, not corn, not planting corn. We're not growing corns. Gonna have corn planted in it, and yeah, that's the baling done. So this can be put away, and I need to go and find the bale trailer. Zerion. Who's driving the Zerion? Torian modding. What the heck are you doing? You know, driving through my wheat fields, just not on. Actually, let's say thank you to the patrons and the YouTube channel members. At that point, the names that crop up for the workers in most of my saves are from the YouTube channel members, and the patrons are landowners on the maps. So yeah. And if you're interested in either of those, there are links below. And with Patreon, you can be involved in the Maypole series, because there's a multiplayer aspect to that now. So go check those out if you want. It looks like, I thought it looked like the bale wrapper had crashed, but it's just taking a little while to get the job done. To be fair, that was the dog bell again. That was Joker coming back with Mrs. D and Teenager. He'd just been to the vets for an injection for his bad back and legs. So hopefully he'll be a bit less uncomfortable in a few days' time. It's not like a pain-killing injection, or sort of is, I guess. It's not a cortisone shot, but I guess it behaves a bit like that. It takes a few days to work. But last time he had it, it was really good at helping him just get about a bit better. Poor old guy. He's, yeah, he is a poor old boy, as I've said many times. But I think he had a bit of a checkup as well, because it was one of his favourite vets. Yeah, my dog has favourite vet. Well, actually, he loves both his vets. The practice that we go to generally has 2 vets, and he's very popular there with the vets and the nurses, and the tractors have crashed into each other. And yeah, so he saw one of his favourite vets, so he's probably going to be a happy puppy for the rest of the day. So first load of bales, I actually thought this trailer held less than it does, so I only picked 24 up. Did mean it was a bit easier to tow back, and we're going to struggle to remember how to unload them, because it's a long time since I've used one of these, rather than using something with one of the auto load scripts. So either Akimobile's one or Loki's one, but I did remember in the end. But what I didn't do was move them far enough in to actually hit the trigger, which was a bit annoying. Mark Thor has a version of this that has bigger triggers and a higher capacity, so if you're interested in that, I think it's on his Discord, and probably FSG's as well, maybe. I've got a feeling this might be the last load for the class coming off the field. There's one more to go for the John Deere. So, and a nearly full